Hello everyone, this is Brunicon. Welcome to a discussion. So, to start us off, I'm going to tell you what happened. I was listening to another channel who is a follower of God, and I recall that this individual said something that I always knew, and I think any of us always knew, but until it was said out loud and explained it didn't really cause me to think about it too much, but since I watched that, it did cause me to think about it. So what I am speaking about is what goes on in your mind, because we all have intrusive thoughts from time to time, and it's something that I don't think we think about very much, but whether we realize it or not, these intrusive thoughts, and really any thoughts that we have in general, can have a tremendous impact on our day-to-day lives, our spiritual health, our physical health, and many, many other aspects of life. I'm going to preface this by saying that one way I think that the enemy attacks us is by whispering lies into our ears, and of course we air quotes hear it, and then that turns into a thought into our head, or that can happen. That doesn't always happen, and really that is a seed to get you thinking about doing something you should not, because sin is never based in truth. I could probably sum this up by talking about a scene from Star Wars, just because a lot of people will understand that. It was in Attack of the Clones, and Obi-Wan says to Anakin, "Be mindful of your thoughts, they betray you." Hear me loud and clear. I am not at all saying that every Star Wars quote is scriptural. Not all of them are, but this one has some truth to it. Because you absolutely have ability to deceive yourself. Your heart is desperately wicked and deceitful above all things. Jeremiah 17:9. The next thing I'm going to talk about comes from a passage in Mark chapter 7. So, Jesus said that it is from the inside that defileth the man, and that from the heart cometh all of these sins. So, and I think that that's going to really help the point I'm about to make, is that sin is not limited to actions. Most of the time, the human laws work that way because we cannot see into the heart. However, you can sin with thoughts in your mind. If you're thinking something evil, that is a way that you can sin, because in other passages Jesus said, you look upon a woman and lust after her, you have committed adultery already. If you hate your brother, you have murdered him already. Both of those things are sins, and in the 10 Commandments that we are not supposed to do, and we don't even have to put any of it into action for it to be sin. And that is another reason why you should absolutely beware what thoughts are going through your head. I'm going to make a final point, and the verse I'm going to use is Ephesians 6:12. For we're not wrestling flesh and blood. We are wrestling against darkness and spiritual powers, evil spiritual powers. So most of the time, it would not be strange to me if one of the ways the enemy is using to attack you is to attack your mind by putting evil thoughts into your head. However, and it's also more important that we remain conscious of these things. And now I'm going to tell you a solution to combat this, to arm yourself with self-control and self-discipline. The solution that I would tell you from the Word is to pray and trust in God. Because in Philippians 1:6, He's done a good work in you already, and He will continue to do so. And so, this is how, and I hope now that you understand how powerful your mind is and the effects it can have on you and everyone else in your life. I truly hope that this has been of some help. I would love, if you have questions, I would love to have a discussion in the comment section. All right. The Lord bless you all. Have a good week, everybody.